Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rachelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed, back. I've been out hunting all week, joined by my lovely wife, Miss Southern Shell. Shell, you've been holding the fort down since I've been gone a week. What have you been up to?
Working.
Working. I recorded a bunch of videos this week that you didn't film. That's got to make you feel good.
It makes me wonder what
what went down.
Yeah,
it was deer camp cooking.
Yeah, but like when I record the videos, I kind of am figuring it out in my head how I'm gonna edit it. You know?
Yeah, you directing and figuring out the post production and all that while you're capturing.
Yeah. So now
you get ready. This is fixing to be a drop. We recorded, so I got, since I did the alligator with Mr. Craig Verhaga, Barbecue Ninja himself, me and him got invited down to Mossy Oak, down in West Point, Mississippi. It's the Mossy Oak Camo folks. That's where their headquarters is, and their family's from, the Hayes family. They invited us down to cook some of the wild game, and they used their film crew that they used to film their hunts. They do all kinds of cool stuff. Mossy Oak does. I've learned it's a really cool company, man. Yeah. The guys there are awesome. But they're starting up this whole game. It's a Gamekeeper Butchery.
Gamekeeper Butchery.
Gamekeeper Butchery. It's a cool name. But they're selling. They're making wild game available to the general public who normally couldn't buy it, and you can get it sent right to your house. Yeah. You got to go to the store and get it, and it's some good stuff. So I did 5 recipes in one day. I've never done that before in my life. Filmed 5 recipes.
Yeah, the most we've done is 3, and it about killed us.
Yeah, it was horrible. It's horrible. But I went in with a game plan. I'd sent them the recipes beforehand, and they threw one. They said, "Can you do one more?" I was like, "Yeah, let me think." So I did.
So what'd you cook?
So I cooked. Let me just show you how it went down.
Yeah,
I got up at 5 a.m. and we staged everything up, got ready. We were filming by 8. And it was a day it turned freezing cold. And let's see, I did Wild Boar Ribs on a drum smoker. Mm-hmm. I did some venison.
What do you mean Wild Boar Ribs?
Wild Boar Ribs, like spare ribs off of Wild Boar.
Okay.
Texas Wild Boar.
Did they look like a?
They were the ultimate.
Did it look like pork ribs?
They look like the ultimate baby back ribs.
Like
if you can imagine. So they started out small, like if you took a center cut of spare ribs, but the bones were they were the tiny bones, like lamb bones almost.
Yeah, that's
rack of ribs. And they started out small. I said, these are going to be small. And as I cooked them, they got smaller and smaller. But so I did like a sweet Thai chili sauce in the wrap. And with my sauce, the 50-50 sauce, they had this Asian flair, and it tastes. And everybody they devoured them. I mean, I cut them up and I tried one. To me, the texture it's not. I never had wild boar ribs, so I didn't know if they were going to be tender or not. But the texture was a little tougher than you would think they would be.
Did they look less marbled than commodity?
Yeah, they had some fat, but these were straight up wild Texas hogs. They get processed in Texas.
Yeah. So they capture them.
Yeah. I guess these people have license to go out and, Texas has a hog problem, wild hogs. Yeah. And so they have these guys bring them into a central government inspected processing plant thing. Yeah. That's what they were telling me. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't get to visit that. I want to, though. It's cool. And then, so they.
Wow. So they process wild boars.
Wild boars. Okay. That's all they do, I think. I think that's all they do there.
So anyway, that was.
So they tasted like Korean barbecue ribs.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dang, I'm onto something. I'm going to do this again. This would be really good with some domestic ribs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that one turned out good. That was the first one I did.
Seasoned them, smoked them, wrapped them.
Glazed them. Standard old rib,
Yeah.
But man, they were sticky, they were sweet, and it was like little one bites. So you put it in your mouth and you just, get it right off. Really, for real. I mean, it was like, man, it's kind of, it's not like you're going to take a clean bite and all that. Yeah. No, it was like, no, right there. Get it off there.
So,
eat it up. It's good. Good.
What was the second recipe?
I did a venison dirty rice. I kind of did that. They had a little camp stove with the burner, and I put a Dutch oven on it, browned up some venison, ground deer, onions, all that good stuff, celery, the Trinity, bell pepper, rice, beef stock, let that simmer down. And then I did these little whole quail that were cleaned, and it was stuffed them, mixed that rice up, cooled some of it, stuffed them, and then peanut oil, seasoned them with king crawl, put them on a pellet grill they had. It was a camp chef. It was a cooking machine. I ran it at 300 and cooked them quail, browned them up real nice. They were good. Then I took the rest of the leftover dirty rice, put in a casserole dish, and served them on top of it.
Ooh.
And man, I've only had fried quail. First time ever doing that. This is the first time I've cooked these wild game recipes.
Yeah.
These are new to me. I
You just made them up.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you do everything.
Yeah. And they were really, really good. I mean, the guys devoured those too.
Yeah. How big's a quail? Is it like a dove?
Bigger. It's like
A little bigger.
a little bit smaller than a Cornish hen.
Okay.
So if you can imagine that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It's good eating. You can probably eat. I could probably eat a dozen of them.
You can't eat a dozen.
No, I can probably eat 3 or 4. 3 would be a dinner.
How many did you cook?
There's 3 packs. I think I probably cooked 18. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Filled up a pork rack.
Yeah.
I left them on a pork rack. Slid them in the grill. Excuse me. And that was it. They cooked about, I don't know, an hour and a half. It wasn't long.
Okay.
I didn't do anything to them. I mean, other than the peanut oil on the outside, which kind of makes them brown up. That's what's going to look so good. Skin on them kind of got crispy.
Uh-huh.
And that's what the guys said. Like, I never had quail like that. Yeah, with king crawl.
Yeah.
So they were really good.
They were kind of Cajun-y.
Yeah. They had that. They reminded me of, I told them, I was like, these are like little miniature baby turkeys. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But it's all kind of that dark meat texture.
Yeah.
It's not like white meat.
It's a little
so yeah. But no gamey taste. It was just good tasting meat.
Yeah. What was recipe number 3?
Number 3, was the elk. And this one, so you know that marinade I use when I do wild game or any kind of beef marinade where I'd use the balsamic and the soy and the brown sugar and the red pepper flakes. I made that one with olive oil. Mm-hmm. And then I took these elk medallions, which were like thick slices of the backstrap, the loin.
What's the diameter?
I would say they were 1.5 inches by probably like 4. It's an odd shape.
Asking, like how big's that loin?
It's a big steak. So think of a big fillet.
Okay.
It's like an elk fillet,
so
pretty much.
It's bigger than a beef fillet.
Yeah. Okay. It's bigger beef fillet.
Okay.
And I took those and kind of quartered them, like halved them and then half that. So I had this nice medallion, and I wrapped it in bacon because elk's like the best venison, but it's super red meat, and it's got a beautiful taste to it.
Yeah.
But it has no fat, so it needs that bacon around it. So first I marinated them in that marinade, just not wrapped or the bacon. I didn't put the bacon on until I grilled them.
Yeah. How long marinate?
2 hours.
Okay.
I soaked in a Ziploc bag, and then I wrapped them in half a pack of bacon. I got half slices, wrapped it around, skewered them, and then seasoned them with like steak rub and grilled them.
How are those?
Oh, the dude was like, "What is that marinade?" I was like, "Man, that's something I use on all kind of stuff." He's like, "We've never had anything taste like that." I said, "Well, ain't out of a bottle." So here's the recipe, So I will give that recipe out on there, but it was awesome. And I was like, "You don't have to use elk for that. It's good. Any red meat, any red meat."
You use it a lot for deer.
Yeah, that's my deer marinade. I've used it for jerky too.
Oh yeah.
I leave the oil out. I just put the oil in it because I was kind of like you're almost making like a vinaigrette kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for jerky, I just go with the brown sugar and the soy and the balsamic. It's really good.
So what was recipe number 4?
The absolute best.
What was
No, it wasn't the absolute best. I'm going to get to that last.
Okay.
Next was the second best, and it was ribeye. It was Bison Ribeyes. And they come individually packaged.
Do they look like beef ribeyes?
Yes.
Oh, do they?
And I would not.
Are they marbled?
Yeah, these were.
Okay.
So I said, I don't know where these buffalo been grazing or what these buffalo been doing. But whatever it is, they've been eating a lot of corn. That's what I told them. They must have had some feeders out because these dudes, You could think it was some good beef. No, it's a little different tasting.
So it's buffalo.
It's buffalo. One guy said, bison's not buffaloes. I was calling it Tatanka. I was like, this is. And there's like, well, it's not the same animal, and it's not the same thing as American. I said, well, I don't know what it is. It's bison, buffalo, and they brown. They got a big hump. They look like tanks.
Yeah.
They got little bitty horns on top.
They're like North American rhinos.
Yeah. It's like a mean version of a bull or something.
Yeah.
But that's what it was. And so they were really, really good. It's like,
So how'd you do that?
I saved those for last, and the whole time I'd seen them, I told the guys, I was like, y'all are in for it. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. If this is as good as I think it's gonna be, because I had like Tri-Heart ones.
Yeah.
Had Big some analysis on the end. Had some that just
So it looked like a.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Like a
so
really
I did.
good.
So immediately when I saw them, I was like, I'm doing that SCA style, and then I'm gonna AP, let it sweat in, hot rub, grill them hot and fat. Get a good sear mark on them. I took some grill grates with me.
Okay.
And then I left them there. They didn't have nothing, so they thought those were cool. But they just happened to fit this old beat up charcoal grill. I was like, that'll work. It was one of those that's got the little pan, but you can lower it with the little crank and up and down. Like it's got a pan that goes. Like
you would have at a campsite?
No. It was had a lid, and it was. I don't know what brand those are, but it's a cool. It worked.
Yeah.
It's probably something from.
Well, a charcoal grill is pretty much just a
charcoal grill. It had a tray. I put roll oak in it, got it hot. Put the grates over it, seared it, moved it over to the cool side, watched it come up, and then when they get to like 125, like we're getting these, and so I had like 8 of them to cook, and I cooked the first 2, and I was like, well, because I didn't have but 2 panels to my grill grate.
Yeah.
I said we're gonna let those others hang out while I just got these done. Let's go back and finish this video. And I was like, I'm going to show y'all something, because some of the guys were still out hunting too.
Yeah.
That was the day I didn't get to hunt. I had to cook all day, but I ain't complaining. But
well, were they coming in and eating?
Some of them were there. Some of them were there, yeah, because you go out and hunt in the morning,
and then you come in,
and then they come in for lunch, and so I'm getting some stuff done. They're kind of watching, hanging out, and then they go back out for the afternoon. Well, I'm still going through my recipes.
Yeah.
So I did. So I waited and stayed, and I went ahead and finished that video. But when I cut that steak, and it was like perfect. I mean, it's got the the way I like it.
Yeah.
Red all the way across. And it was. So, and I let those guys try it, and I was going to do like a fancy compound butter, but it looked so good. It's like, this don't need butter. I mean, it really did. It didn't need it. And so I let them try it, and I was like, and I talk about people's eyes rolling back.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God. And they just attacked the board on those 2. And I was like, well, do y'all think are we going to wait and cook these? I mean, it was all I could do to not cook those steaks till the guys started coming back. But I wanted them, the ones that are out hunting, to get a fresh one off the grill and see how good it was.
Yeah.
And so I just took them and cut them and sliced them up thin, and it fed a ton. Ribeye steak cut up thin. I did asparagus to go with the elk, and I did the roasted potatoes that we do, like olive oil with the seasonings on them, and put them on the Camp Chef grill.
Just regular potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Oh, they're Yukon Golds.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's like a garlic roasted.
Did you do the asparagus on the grill too?
I did both of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tossed them in olive oil, did asparagus with AP. Potatoes with AP and TX.
Heck yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
You know that's good.
So.
And then I did the last one. This was the one they sprung on me. Can you do another one?
What'd they want you to do? What was their request?
It didn't matter.
They just wanted you to add an extra recipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know what I saw in there?
What?
Big block of Rotel.
You mean Velveeta?
Velveeta. Yeah. Big block of Velveeta and some Rotel. And everybody's been doing that queso on the smoker.
Yes.
I said, I'm going to show y'all some deer camp cheese dip.
So
I took the Dutch oven and I chopped up an onion and some garlic, sauteed that, threw some ground elk in there and browned it off and seasoned it up with I didn't have Grande Gringo. So
why didn't you take Grande Gringo? It was the best.
I was completely unprepared. All these other guys showed up with all their stuff.
Like their cooking equipment?
But like extras and like stuff to give. I said, I owe these guys like some goodies.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take none. I mean, I sat down and took they said, okay, we're going. I've been so busy.
Yeah,
hunting season here. And so I wrote my recipes out, sent them to them, got them approved. And so I got my stuff together to do those recipes and just took enough, which was a tote full of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just for the recipes. And so I didn't take any of my good stuff,
After you left, I was like, he should have taken, some rubs and sauces.
Shirts and hats. Yeah.
And some shirts and hats. I didn't even think
I
about
should
that.
have. The Victorinox knife guy came and he brought knives, like totes of knives. And I come back with a bunch of knives too.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Good knives too. I made good contact there.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. But shout out, Matt.
So you sauteed the onions, garlic.
Then I got that over to the side, cubed up the whole 2 pounds of Velveeta, but it was the white Velveeta. But then they had a block.
I've been wanting to try
that. They had a big block, had a pound block of sharp cheddar, and then a pound block of pepper jack. And so I used half of those too. So I put extra cheese in it.
How'd you get it to not separate?
Velveeta's magic, baby.
Oh,
Velveeta's magic. So I put the Velveeta in there, cubed up, put the cheddar cheese in there, the jack cheese. I wanted some jalapeno. We didn't have any fresh jalapeno, but they had a big jar of chopped jalapeno.
Yeah.
So that'll work. Give me a quarter cup of that. Threw that in there. Started with TX, and they had cumin, crushed red pepper, chili powder, and oregano. And I was just doctored it up, started it up. Stuck it on that camp shelf at like 300 degrees.
How big is this camp shelf?
It's about the size of the Traeger.
Okay.
I mean, all this was like, it wasn't at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the last recipe of the day. And it was like, I don't know if this is going to work, guys. It's cheese dip. I've been making it my whole life. It's probably the reason I'm fat as I am, because I love cheese dip. And I said, if it melts it right and this comes together, this is going to be the best dip. And I want you to know, like every 15 minutes I stirred it, so that dip started melting, the elk started mixing in onions, the garlic, the jalapeno, and it was the deep enamel cast lodge.
Yeah.
The big one,
With the enamel one? Oh, I want that one.
And I got to redo this recipe for our site.
Yeah.
Because it was hands down better than your cheese dip any day. And I had them like vultures on it. When those guys come in from hunting, I just set it out like there was the last thing today, we had all the lights on, from filming. Yeah. Put it on the cutting board and put a big bowl of chips beside it. And those dudes are going to be locked up all week because we devoured some cheese dip. And I was like, you can call it, some people call it queso, some people call it, cheese dip. I just call it good. And it was, that was Mississippi Deer Camp cheese dip. But you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
And so all the videos I did, I told y'all this cheese dip's going to get more views. And more people are going to try this recipe.
Probably.
More, so when we put that one out, that's going to be cool. But that was a full day of cooking down there. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
So did you do any hunting?
I did. I got to go out 3 times, I think. Took a film guy with me. I saw a ton of deer, saw some decent bucks. Had a pretty good one that was, ways away, but he just wasn't. I didn't go down there just to kill a deer. I wanted to get invited back. So I was like, if I want to shoot something, I can go shoot at my place. And I was gonna shoot one if it was a really good buck. And so I didn't see an old one. I wanted that old sagging back, big old belly on him. I didn't really care what the horns because they sent a film guy out with me, which I'm sure that was awkward for him. This big old guy huffing and puffing, walking to because we had to, walk to the dish pans. And I'm used to cooking videos and with grills and stuff, and I'm all decked out. They gave me camo and orange, got my rifle, and I wouldn't, so it was cool. It was a different experience. I mean, that showed how they set up in a deer blind and use GoPros and the wireless mics and take their camera. And then you got to be, I hunt, but it's different when you got a camera guy filming you.
Yeah.
You got to, they're trying to script you to say stuff. And
did they try to?
We're talking like this.
Yeah.
It's a couple deer over here. I think it's doe. And it was cool. It was real cool,
So you got to kind of feel like you were in
a hunting show. If I would have killed one, I probably would have been, because they're going to take it and make something. Ninja killed a buck. He shot a 10-point, pretty good buck.
So I haven't talked to you. You came in the door from this experience
phone service
an hour ago.
So yeah, I got a ton to talk about.
Yeah,
because it was like when you got off the highway. It worked on 45 going out of Tupelo. But once you got off the highway, AT&T, I don't know if it's all cell service or just AT&T. Nobody really had it. Like the dudes that were there, they go over to the window and try to hold it up and stay there. But nobody had I was the only one with AT&T. And mine just
How is that?
did not work. They had Verizon and C-Spire.
Did Verizon work there?
Some, spotty. Yeah. A couple of guys had a Verizon hotspot that they were trying. I never could get it to.
Yeah.
I gave up. I mean, finally, like the last day, I don't know if because the weather went out or what they were doing to the satellites.
You got
Elon Musk must have been sending some better signal down or something.
You got a message out to me that was like, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm here.
I can't do Greg Grimpy. Let him know.
Yeah, that sucked. I hated to miss Barbecue Central.
I
saw he sent me a message. He was upset because you said you wouldn't do it.
I told him, I was like, Greg, I don't think you want to be on the show.
Why wouldn't he?
What am I going to talk about?
Hanging out with me. That's a story right there.
Me and Greg are just going to talk about you.
You think it would be like one of those Seinfeld episodes where Jerry's not there? It's like George and Elaine. It's awkward silence.
That's what I'm picturing.
It's like
I'm not a very good interviewer.
Nothing to talk about. Silence. Yeah. How's
the
weather?
Yeah.
Cold out. Yep. It's pretty cold.
Exactly.
Come on now. But yeah, so that was my trip. It was fun. It was 3 days of it, and I hope they invite me back. Yeah, I hope they invite me back. The cool thing they were doing there, if a lot of people may not know, I don't know. Mossy Oak's probably the big name of camo. It's as big as any. It's probably the biggest name of camo.
I would say it's as big as.
And it's in Mississippi, so I'm a little partial. Only problem I got with those guys is they're only like 15 minutes from Starkville. So
they're all state.
It's like they found out that I was an Ole Miss guy, so I called a pretty good ribbon. But I fit in.
Did you tell them your wife is a state fan?
I did.
You said, "Well, I'm married to."
Yeah, that's not. I mean, if you had to say one thing, they're a bunch of state folks. But there ain't nothing wrong with Mississippi State. I'll be the first to say it. I don't hate on them.
But so you have been hunting, y'all went to. You drug all the barbecue trailers down to the.
We couldn't barbecue this year. We're going to use them for deer camp trailers. So yeah, we did that. We went down there, stayed the week before I went to Mossy Oak. We spent the weekend at our place.
Kind of Thanksgiving weekend.
I didn't get to do much. I mean, I did some hunting, but I didn't take a gun. I let Michael take the gun, and he killed his first racked buck.
Yeah, he was very excited about that.
He's ready to go now. Like, he come running in here. We're going hunting.
Really?
He's ready to go. So I wish I could have took him to Mossy Oak. That'd have been a cool experience.
Yeah, he'd have liked that.
But I didn't get to finish what I was saying. They have Mossy Oak has this app. It's called the Mossy Oak Go app. And, those hunting shows, they've always been on like, I don't know, Outdoor Channel, Sportsman's Channel, Pursuit.
Yeah.
But those companies are going towards more the mobile digital platforms.
That makes sense.
And man, they've got and they told me it's free. It's on the Mossy Oak Go app. They didn't ask me to plug this. I'm just doing it because I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start watching that instead of watching TV.
Yeah.
Because they've got all their old archive footage. They got every TK and Mike episode. Those guys are from Alabama. And they's like, oh man,
I grew up watching them.
One of them passed away. I think it was Mike. Well, don't quote me on that. It might have been TK. But they know those guys really well because they're both like paramedics or EMTs. First
TK
responders, they were.
Yeah.
And then one of them still are. They sold all their stuff to some other dude that was doing trade shows, and they never did anything with it. So I guess Mossy Oak acquired it some kind of way.
Really?
So they released them all for free. And that guy and TK or Mike, whichever one's still out, still with us, is buddies with these guys. And they said, man, we can get him over here. And if y'all hang out with him, he said, your face will hurt. He's just the natural, funny type guy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's one of my heroes. You want to talk about somebody's heroes? TK and Mike, man, I love those old videos. And you can watch them I'm going to show them to Michael tonight when I get home.
Yeah. I always wondered, like, looking back on it now, I was like, how did they edit that? They had to be using VHS.
Cut and tape.
Yeah.
Cut and tape, putting that stuff together. And those guys were, you can imagine with
they were YouTube before
YouTube and TikTok and all that now with those guys doing what they did, it would just be.
It'd be huge. They were before their time.
It was so funny. It was so.
I never thought it was that funny.
Yeah.
But everybody
they also
else
told me that one of the best times they've had there at that camp, they brought Jeff Foxworthy in to do some hunting and filming.
Really?
And yeah, but it wasn't just that he
Name
said he's
dropping.
constantly funny, but what was so funny about him was his stories about Ron White. He said that dude's a legend. Like he's you don't even know half of what Ron White's about. You know? And so I wanted to hear all that.
Yeah.
You know? That was so cool to me. I want to hang out with Ron White. Yeah.
Oh, I love Ron White. He's
My favorite ones when
He
he gets
goes on
tossed.
Joe
He
Rogan.
gets tossed out of the
tater salad,
yeah. He said he had the what they say you have the
alibi or AKA.
I forget exactly how that line was, but dogs out there cutting up at the office.
So, I thought today, after we talked about all your hunting adventures, we would talk about outdoor kitchens.
Oh man, I love them.
You're a fan.
You know, I've always I don't have my dream outdoor kitchen. One of these days, maybe, but
I mean, we've talked about it.
Yeah. Some of the
You
stuff.
want to talk about your dream outdoor kitchen first? I thought we'd talk about that last.
Yeah, no, we've talked about that last. How'd you have it lined out? Because I can jump right in outdoor kitchens.
What was your first outdoor kitchen? Was it like a folding table and a water hose? Was it at our
It
old
was
house?
probably
or?
no. We bought this. I think it was a fish cleaning sink. That was the start of it. It was
I've
a little.
been looking for one of those.
Yeah, I hauled that. Remember we hauled that? I think you know where it's
We
at.
used to-
Tater's back porch still.
Oh, really? He still got
I
it?
set him up an outdoor kitchen. It was like one of these fish cleaning sinks, and then we put a table beside it and put our grills beside it, and we just make it. It's a pop up kitchen.
Can you
pop
buy
up
those
outdoor.
now?
Yeah,
A fish
sure.
cleaning sink?
Yeah, definitely.
I've looked and looked and looked because I was going to get you one for Christmas.
Look on Bass Pro.
Well, not this year, but I was going to get you one for
before.
Christmas last year.
Yeah, they got them for sure. But that was mine. But I mean, outdoor kitchens, you can spend as much as a daggum house on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not. I mean, mine's function. I just like my grills, so
Yeah.
it turns it into an outdoor kitchen. I love to have.
Yours is more like a
Right now, I don't have a sink. I'd love to have an outdoor sink.
Yep.
You know, they get fancy with them. Put these like Sub-Zero mini fridges.
Yeah. Wine fridges and stuff like that.
And I never use that. I don't need that outside.
Pizza ovens.
Yeah, I might use one of them if I had one.
You know, this big
the
time.
brick one,
Yeah,
yeah, I might use one of them. But you know, they put all the built-in gas grills and all that. Man,
Yeah.
my stuff would be, I'd have me
Would you build any grills into the counters like they do?
I would do me a sunk down spot for an egg.
Or,
And then
yeah.
I'd have me my pellet grill, but I like them to where I could put my grill in and out, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of those are made in the brick and stuff.
Yeah.
I would do the counters and stop it to where my grills could
and
go.
just have a spot about the
Because I'd want a
size.
pellet grill out there, I'd want an egg out there, and I'd want an old hickory. That would be the three I'd want. And
What
then
about a stick burner?
I'd have that to where I could roll it in and roll it out. That'd make like one of the on it kind of. You know how Matt had his bricked in, didn't he?
He does have his brick in, but he has like an.
I wouldn't be
array.
opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to bricking in a stick burner because that would be really cool looking.
Yeah.
You know, if you took one off the trailer or made the counter kind of around it.
You know, I didn't think about that, but Matt has an awesome one because he has kind of a big L-shaped bar or a big L-shaped counter in the back.
Yeah.
And then
That's where it's sink and all.
Yeah,
the
he's got a sink and plenty of counter space, and then he has another L-shaped bar. You know.
Yeah.
So it
That
makes
makes
a
it-
big square.
It's
And
that's
then he's got his cookers over on the other side.
that's right. See, it's about counter space.
Yeah.
You got to have one big enough where you got plenty of counter space for you to prep, for you to people to sit out and hang out, for you to film from. And so that layout's more important to me than what's in it. I mean, you know, of course, I'm going to cram as much crap as I can in
Yeah.
there. But I'm not going for like your high-end refrigerators. And I don't need a garbage disposal in my outdoor kitchen.
Yeah.
It'd mainly be grills and stuff. Cook, you know, that's what I would put in it.
So when we built the outdoor kitchen we have now, I guess you could call it it's more of a grilling spot than an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah, ours is an outdoor kitchen.
Yeah,
It's just a corner for my grills.
Yeah.
So we just made some bars.
So how did you do it? Because when we bought that house, it was just a little patio area.
Water hose.
Yeah, it was a water hose.
The
hookup.
water's already there at ours. I just ain't synced it.
That's why
so
I was going to get the
The
fishing.
first thing I wanted it covered. So
Yeah.
I needed something to protect my grills. So I called a local company that did these like sunrooms, I guess, is
Yeah.
what they did. But they put metal tops that attached to the house. So they didn't have to cut the roof or anything. It lies below the grade. And it kind of, the water hits it and it's angled enough to where it hits the gutter that puts it off of it. And it's all made out of metal. And it works like champ. You know?
And it looks like it's part of the,
It looks like it's part of the house.
Yeah.
They come a long way with those, you know. You can match your sidings. You can match colors really well. They're virtually indestructible.
But that was just the top that we had added on.
Yeah, that's just the covered part. And so then I needed some bars to film on. That was what I was doing because we were filming.
Yeah.
That was back when we would film inside, come outside to shoot the cooking stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be able to do it all outdoor. So just needed some bars. And so
because the lighting's
terrible. So I had Jamie build me some. He's a carpenter by trade. And he's like, man, I can build those. I know a dude that does countertops and he does the granite. So he built just out of,
he called lumber. It marine wood or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to be water resistant.
Yeah,
repellent or whatever. And he stained it that dark color, and just the backside doesn't have doors; it just has some shelving.
That's one thing that I probably would do a little different because it is the open shelving on the back, and it works fine.
And when they cut the grass, everything gets blowed up in there.
There's leaves in there,
but it'd still get dirty if it was
had
doors. You just hide it.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a
way to fix that.
Just clean it. You got to clean it all the time. But then as soon as you clean it, it still gets right back.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it.
You don't think like having a little door up there would not on necessarily maybe all of it because it's basically like 4 open shelving, 2 on each bar. Maybe put 2
with
doors.
enough room to put charcoal and garbage can and stuff.
Yeah.
Other stuff I just cram in there. Pellets.
But
the countertop's nice.
Yeah.
You know?
So you went granite.
Yeah.
The reason I even thought about doing this is somebody emailed in and was asking about how you built your bars and wanted to know what countertop because they were thinking about using concrete.
I've heard it works good, but it's real porous, so it's going to stain.
Yeah.
They say granite can, but I've got all kinds of stuff on ours, and it's held up.
We went with a darker.
Yeah. I mean, if it discolors a little bit, it still looks cool.
Yeah. I think so too. It has discolored in a few spots, but you can put hot stuff on granite.
Yeah, it don't phase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what's the other stuff you can get? Quartz. It's like an engineered stone top.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get it cheaper than granite, but it's hard to stain.
Yeah. And then you added a TV.
Added a TV and a fan, so I had to have some lights. The lighting's still not great out there.
Yeah.
It's really not. I mean, if I need some lighting like we have in here. After going and working with these professional dudes, it's like, man, lighting's everything. Ours works because you film out. It's good natural light that's not too shadowy.
Yeah.
And so it works. But when you get up under there, there's not good lights. And so you get those bluish tinges on stuff at certain times of the day.
Yeah.
That part kind of, stinks. But
well, what would you do different if you were rebuilding that bar today? Would you do anything different?
My bar, I wouldn't. In that spot.
Yeah.
Because if I had it to do over, we'd tear out that whole wall and make that thing run down the whole side of the house.
Oh.
I want to go back. I need a bigger one. My thing is, how much ever room you think you need, double it at least because.
Oh, you were like, this is going to be huge. I can put all my grills underneath here.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've maxed it out. I do have a bunch under there, though.
Yeah, but then
I usually keep.
You have at least 4 or 5 just that are off to the side, not underneath there.
I hate that too. They're sitting out in the open.
You got 3 or 4 in the garage.
We're not going to talk about that. I just got back to
town. So let's talk about your dream outdoor kitchen.
It would be.
You can do anything you want. You know, one thing I would say is our outdoor kitchen is off to the. You walk outside, then you walk around, then you go around.
Yeah.
It's not like as soon as you walk outside, it's not like an extension of your living room. And I would want that.
One, it would have, I like the style where you've got a hangout bar.
Yes.
And then you got behind that, you got like a prep bar.
Yes.
And then I would put all my stuff back behind that.
Yeah.
So it's like 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
And I could work from that. I don't really need the L. I mean, you could L one of the bar everybody set out. It could be a cool L.
Yeah.
But I need space to do that. So I'm dreaming like something that's kind of, 15 foot wide maybe, and then 30 foot long. It's big. It's covered. It's got a bathroom, outdoor bathroom. That's the key.
Yes.
You need a sink, you need at least an outdoor bathroom. Maybe
probably a fridge.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Or an ice maker.
Ice maker fridge maybe. If I had ultimate, yeah. In my space now,
we're talking dream.
Ultimate, yeah. I'd have fridge ice maker.
Yeah.
Outdoor bathroom. Full setup for seating. Enough seating to still have like 2 outdoor couches and like coffee table.
Oh, like
one end's going to be fireplace where I can burn real wood, but I want to be able to cook over that too. If I want to do some cast iron cooking over the fire.
Like Mark and
kind of
like
Mark has.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got room for stick burner on one side and my old hickory on the other, and my pellet grill, and my egg back there, maybe a Santa Maria. I'll skip the pizza. I do want a Santa Maria though.
That would be cool. You do a Santa Maria instead of a pizza.
Yeah.
You can do pizza on a Santa Maria.
I can do pizza on any line. I can do them on the egg. I can do it on pellet grill.
Probably better on the pellet grill.
I don't think I'd do it on Santa Maria. That's what I do. And a deep fryer built in.
Cool.
That would be it. Does that sound like much? That's not much.
And a TV, big TV.
Oh, yeah, 2.
A lot of bar stools.
And a lot of bar stools, a lot of comfortable bar stools, speakers, lights, screens that roll down. Keep the mosquitoes and flies out when I want them, but let it in when I don't.
What are you going to do when it's hot?
Fans. Big ass fans. Like the ones they have at the airport.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Big ass fan.
Yeah.
2 of those. Smoky vac. It's going to be 100. We're talking dream. I'm never going to get this. Yeah. I'm never going to get this. Oh, yeah. I want like amazing.
Where's the pool?
MTV crib style outdoor kitchen area, right?
Yeah. Where's the pool?
Oh, the pool's just right off the side with a hot tub.
Yeah.
Grotto. It's going to be up. Oh, I dream, man. I don't think I don't dream. I've got it all visioned.
Okay. Well, then if you were putting in one, just an average outdoor kitchen, what would be just essential?
Some counter space. It'd be nice to have a small sink just to wash up.
Yeah. Power outlets.
Enough outlets for, all your stuff, your grills, if you have pellet grills.
TV.
You're going to need, you at least got to have a smoker and a grill.
Yeah.
Bare minimum. A smoker and a grill. Got to have a TV for watching, sports or whatever. And then counter space and bar stools. Nice. That's the basics.
Yeah.
And that's easy. I've seen people do them with pallets.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of them out there.
There was a.
But counter space is the main thing.
I've seen them take those silos and, cut a silo in half.
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
It's like the round, and then they take out some of the walls, I like that.
Those are pretty cool. Mark Williams just added an out.
See, I'm thinking freestanding outdoor kitchen away from the house a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking like built off the house.
But I don't want it too far from the house because I feel like it doesn't get used a lot.
Well, to me, it's creating a whole nother room to your house. So they probably say, that you're not increasing the value of your property by building something like that. But
neither
to me,
does a pool, but I love it.
How often you just don't hang out in the living room. Or, everybody, when they come to the house, you hang out in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's just an extension of that. So it's a whole nother place when and if you can make it comfortable, no matter what time of year it is, you're going to hang out there even more.
Yeah.
So that's my thing with it. I'd want some heaters put in too for the winter. I got my fireplaces, but I want my heaters too.
I'd like to have a real wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah. Me too.
Give the ambiance.
That was a cool thing about camp. They had fireplaces on both sides of this old cabin we were in. It was like old, it was like 1800s cabin. It smelled so good. Burning wood the whole time. There's a fire the entire time. Like they never let it go out.
Well, do you have any other pointers on outdoor kitchens? Mark Williams just added an awesome outdoor kitchen.
Yeah. The sky's the limit on it. So it's really, how much you want to spend.
Yeah.
You don't have to get elaborate.
How much space do you have?
You got to have it, you just want it functional to start with. And if there's something, if you got your dream, like I do, I know it's probably not obtainable. You can reach for the stars on that.
I don't like how you say dreams are not obtainable.
They're obtainable. I ain't saying they're not obtainable.
Look at we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I would start with. Start with what do you already have, and then go from around that. You want to have a roof over it.
You got to have.
You want to have a light out there. You want to have plenty of counter space, so you want to hang out and use it. People can watch you master the grill.
You got to have some kind of flooring,
Yeah.
to build up from.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it'd be hard to do it on dirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have something like that.
I've seen people put out pavers and kind of stack them tight.
Oh yeah, I could see that
space like that. But that's definite. I mean, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, I'd start with cover, counters, grills, and go from there.
So
make it comfortable.
Yeah. So you use it more.
So you use it.
It is the holidays.
It is.
What do you have coming up?
What's today? 6th?
3rd?
5th?
No.
I have no clue what today
is.
It's
the 4th.
The 4th of December. We've got 20 more days of Christmas Eve. Right?
Something like that.
Man, that ain't long. I'm fixing to go. The rut's kicking off here. I'm going right back to the deer woods. I won't be there all next week, so don't look for me.
You gotta.
I gotta cook some video. I gotta do some videos.
I gotta film Monday.
I've got 5. They're gonna be. I'm gonna hand them off to you, and they're gonna be. That's enough to get us through. The winter.
I looked on the schedule.
Yeah.
And
what do I have scheduled?
On Monday, we're filming a roast beast. Is what you told me.
Grinch style roast beast.
You just
Mary Lou Who's roast beast.
You said I'll figure out what beast.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be some type of roast beast.
Roast beast. Well,
so what? Have you figured out what?
I think I want to fire up the old Outlaw and do some TX on the outside of a deadgum ribeye.
Keep it simple.
That sounds so good to me right now.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've had a steak. You're talking about that ribeye?
Wouldn't it be good?
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
I got a good horseradish mayo sauce.
We always do that. We got to come up with something different.
Oh, no, but it's so good.
Oh, well, we'll think about that.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to serve a sauce with it.
Just straight up roast beef.
Straight up roast beef. Maybe a au jus. I never really did.
Oh, yeah.
That would be good to do. Get it where I want it on the seasoning part, and then make a real like cook it up over the pan and put the liquid in there, let it drip and catch the drippings. I gotta find me a way to do that.
You need
I don't know if I have a pan big enough to hold a ribeye.
A pork rack.
Think it would?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe I have to check that.
Would that stop the smoke flavor from penetrating?
Not if I hold
meat?
it up high enough.
Okay, so that's the
but I think that's what I was going to do. Serve the au jus with it.
Okay.
A smoked au jus. I've got a couple. I want to do your cinnamon roll recipe.
Yeah.
And the cast iron.
Well, that'll be the next week. You're going to do appetizers.
Yeah, think about just doing the meatballs, man. Those are so good with the mustard barbecue sauce. You smoke the meatballs. I'm gonna cheat and buy the frozen ones and then smoke them and put them in the sauce. And let them get all happy and eat them up. And then I was wanting to do some jerky. I don't know if I have time to do that
before Christmas. I mean, we only got 2 weeks.
And I was wanting to do some mix. Well, all this stuff I want to do is stuff I can take to the deer camp.
Yeah. Smoke Chex Mix.
Yeah.
You got that on the list, Smoke Chex Mix.
Yeah. And it's just like, making your, some people call it trash. Some people call it trail mix. Some people call it party mix.
All kinds of stuff. But that's all I had today.
You got me thinking. I'm ready to cook. Ready to hunt and cook.
Hunt and cook.
So what do you have? What do you have online for the rest of the? Is the store doing all right? Stuff been gone? Have y'all broke your sales records?
I mean, we don't have any records to break yet. We're breaking records every day.
Set any records?
The store's rolling, rocking and rolling. It's doing good.
I noticed we're doing a 12 Days of Christmas with gift ideas here in the store.
We are. So. You can find it on Facebook. Yeah. We got ThermoWorks products in. We got Booze Block.
We got 12 days. We probably should share some website stuff on the HowToBBQRight site too. Or at least the story.
We're having problems getting cast iron. Apparently, there's a high
run
demand.
On cast iron?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we got Malcom's jerky on the website now.
Really?
Oh, and another cool thing we got.
Jerky's good stuff.
That jerky's really good. The bacon jerky.
Yeah.
We've got some girls apparel now.
Yeah.
Like Killer Holes girl shirts. Yeah.
Cray Bay is my favorite one. It's a crawfish for women shirt. Cray Bay. That has different meanings to me.
Oh, what's the meanings to you?
That'd be great.
You're Bay Cray.
You're Bay Cray. You're Bay Cray. That'd be a good T-shirt.
Is your Bay Cray?
Question mark. You're Bay Cray. Is your Bay Cray?
Is yours?
Is your Bay Cray? She does cray. She eats crawfish. Is she crazy?
Little.
As an outhouse rat. I like them wild and crazy though.
Keeps
you on your toes when you got your good wild ones.
My
mama warned me though.
Let's wrap this up. If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell.
Hey, thank y'all for checking us out here today, and we're going to be back to a couple more of these this year, hopefully, and we're going to wrap up season 3 of the podcast. Shell, we'll be back.
2 more episodes.
We'll be back next year with more fun stuff about how to barbecue right. Who knows? I'm going to try to get some of those Mossy Oak guys in here and maybe get the ninja back. He's duck hunting. So I'm wanting to do some duck. So maybe since January we take a little lull, we're going to maybe hopefully push some of this, share some of the exotic stuff.
That would be perfect.
The game.
Yeah.
Be a good time for the gamekeeper stuff. Be a good time for somebody to come in from hunting like Craig or somebody bring some duck or maybe KO or some or Heath or somebody. Let's do something.
Yeah.
Let's do some cooking on some wild game. But appreciate y'all listening. We'll see y'all next time. We gone.